Hi there. I don't know if you watched week 15 about major opening bids and responses of in a suit or one no Trump. It was probably the most content-laden presentation that we do, except for the one on the defense basics. So I have now the appendix slides, which will review the main parts of the material and add a little bit more. Let me share my screen. And off we go. Alrighty. I wanted to start with some comments on card play because card play is really the heart of this game. If you play duplicate bridge, you know that your final score is expressed in percentage of the possible match points that you won. 50% means you're in the middle. 60% is good enough that you probably won the event. If you take one extra trick, suppose it's a 20 board match. If you take one extra trick on offense or defense, my estimate is that it adds somewhere between 1 and 2.5% to your final score. So just imagine if you can do that 3 times in a session. Absolutely huge if you like playing duplicate bridge and uh, trying to trying to rank high. Okay, so I wanted to summarize the notion of finesses and leading toward an unsupported honor. The more time you spend at the table, the more you'll recognize these situations, and there won't be thinking required, there won't be memorization required. So you'll just get used to it. First situation is when dummy has, say, ace queen small and you have a couple of little ones, or it could be reversed. You could have ace queen small in your hand and a couple little ones in dummy. The best way to play this suit, don't just bang down the ace because the king is very unlikely to fall. What we'll do is we think of the ace queen as jaws that are ready to chomp on the king. We will hope that the king is on the left. And when we lead small, that person will play small and will win the queen and then the ace. And if that person happens to jump up with the king, very unexpectedly, we can win the ace and then the queen. So we can turn what was one sure trick into two. If the king is on the right, there's nothing we can do. We're going to lose. We're going to win the ace, but lose the queen to the king. There are other similar situations. Maybe it looks more like this. Again, we hope that the king is on the left. We lead the queen, and we plan to play small from dummy. If the king shows up, we'll win the ace jack 10. If the king doesn't show up and the queen holds the trick, we'll just repeat it and do it again. If West plays the king, we will grab it and take 3 tricks. Notice here that what we've done is we've led a supported honor, and that'll be important when we get over to the right side of the page. Here's a similar situation. Now we've got the queen in our hand, but the jack 10 are in dummy, so they provide support. Why is the support so important? Well, we'll see that when we talk over on the right. And sometimes this is really the same situation. The Queen Jack 10 they're basically all the same card. We're just hoping that the king is on the left and it's trapped in front of our jaws or our pincers or our mousetrap, whatever you want to call it. One of the things I suggest here is you could have led small and played the 10, but if the finesse wins, you have to come back to your hand to do it again. So a lot of times you can choose a card in your hand that will let you win. If you win the trick, you'll still be in your hand and you can repeat the finesse without having to use another suit to come back to your hand. Super important concept leading toward an unsupported honor. Here, the king is unsupported. If we just play the king, they're going to win it with the ace. So instead, we're going to hope that the ace is on the left, and we're going to lead toward the king. And when our lead goes past the ace, the person is stuck. If they play the ace, now our king is good. And if they play small, we play the king with our fingers crossed, and it wins the trick. If the ace is on the right, nothing we could do, but at least we tried. And another similar situation here, we've got an unsupported queen in the bottom hand. If we lead the queen, A good defender as West, if he has the king, will play the king, and now we can only win one trick with the ace. If the king is on the right, the queen will ride around and lose to the king. So no matter where the king is, leading the queen cannot help us. Leading the queen is not a finesse. What we do want to do is lead toward the queen. So we're going to hope that the king is on the right in this situation, and we're going to lead past the king. And if the king pops up, our queen is good. And if the person plays small, we win our queen. If the king was on the other side, nothing we can do. But it's always better to give yourself a 50% chance of winning an extra trick. This leads to two extremely important trump holdings. Suppose this is your trump suit. If you start by leading the queen, you are certain to lose two tricks. You might even lose more if they break badly, because it's going to go either queen, king, ace, and they'll win another couple of tricks because they have the jack 10, 9, 8, or it'll go queen, small, small, king. So whichever side the king is on, you will lose the queen. The queen has no supporting cards. The only thing you can do is lead toward the queen. You have to hope that the king is on the right. And what we'll do is we'll cash the ace first on the very small chance that lefty had a singleton king. We'd like to drop it. We'll lead small toward the queen. And if the king is on the right, our queen will become a winner and we can win the ace and the queen. Whereas if we start with the queen, we will only win the ace. Another situation, you'll see this all the time. You have 5 trumps in one hand, ace jack, and you have the king and a couple little ones in the other hand. Your best bet on this holding is start by cashing the king and then leading small toward the jack. You're hoping that the queen is on the left in front of your jaws. Two very important trump holdings can give you an extra trick if you play them properly and if the cards lie right. I want to repeat the slide about why we must have 10 or more high card points to go to the 2 level. What do I mean by going to the 2 level? Well, here, West is going to open a spade, and if responder bids 2 diamonds, showing their just natural diamond suit, they have, quote, gone to the 2 level. Or 1 heart, 1 club, or 1 heart, 2 diamonds, or 1 diamond, 2 clubs, or all those bids are, quote, going to the 2 level. You want to show your suit, but in order to do it, because of the order of the suits, you had to go to the 2 level. Well, what can go wrong? Well, what's opener going to do here? Opener's going to show her second suit. Opener's going to bid 3 clubs. Well, now what the heck do? You don't want to just pass and play in 3 clubs. You don't want to put her back in 3 spades. So you rebid your diamond suit. Well, opener is not very excited about playing in diamonds, and opener's also going to think you're pretty forward going and you have a decent hand. Opener has a heart stopper. Opener's going to get optimistic and bid 3 no trump, and you're going to go down 3 or maybe more. So how do we avoid this? Answer: to make this 2 diamond bid going to the 2 level, you must have 10 high card points. And that protects you. If you start getting up a little high, you won't go down as far, or maybe you won't go down at all. So responder must have 10 or more high card points to go to the 2 level, here to bid 2 diamonds. So what do we do with this hand? The answer is responder must bid 1 no trump. And we'll talk about that again. 1 no trump is a response that early on confuses everybody. All it says is, I have 6 to 9 high card points. If I had 10, I could have bid my suit at the 2 level. I can't raise your suit. Well, if I had 6 to 9 high card points and I had a fit for your suit, I could raise it, but I didn't. A lot of times there's an important inference about partner's bid, the things it tells you that the partner doesn't have. So here partner has 6 to 9, responder has 6 to 9, can't raise opener's suit, and responder didn't have a suit that she could bid at the 1 level. So her only choice is to bid 1 no trump. They are not promising a balanced hand. Just like on the previous page, that hand wasn't balanced, but there's nothing else you can do. Yeah, usually you're balanced. The important point here is that a one-no trump opening bid is balanced with 15 to 17, but a one-no trump response is very different. It does not say balanced. All it says is I have 6 to 9 high card points. I can't raise your suit, and there's no bid I can make, no suit I can bid at the one level. Let's look at some examples. Opener bids a heart. Responder has a balanced hand with 8 high card points. Responder cannot bid spades, doesn't have 4 of them. And to bid diamonds or clubs, they'd have to go to the 2 level. They can't bid them at the 1 level. Responder has only 2 hearts, so responder can't raise the heart suit. Responder has to say something because she's got more than 6 or more points, and opener could have 20 or 21. So responder bids one no trump. Another example, opener bids a diamond or a heart or a spade. Responder, same 8 high card points, a little different shape. In each of these cases, if opener makes one of those bids, responder has no suit to bid at the 1 level. Responder cannot raise opener's suit, but responder has enough points to speak. So what responder must say here is one no trump. Why not 2 clubs? Because you need 10 high card points to go to the 2 level. You're protecting yourself from getting in trouble. Alrighty, so let's step back and recap what we were talking about in the main presentation and also in the week before. If there's a 1 of a major opener, 5-card suit, 12 to 21 points, counting both high card points and length, there are several common responses. Responder, if super weak, will pass. Responder might raise to 2, showing at least 3 cards in the suit and 6 to 10 support points. Responder might bid one no trump with examples like we looked at before, or responder might bid a new suit. These are the most common responses. If you're going to have to bid your suit at the 2 level, then you must have 10 high card points. Super important. There's some other important responses not listed above. One is a limit raise to 3 of the major. So partner opens a spade, you have 4 card support or longer, and you have exactly 11 or 12 support points. You jump to 3 spades. You don't know whether you can get to game or not, because if opener had a minimum 12, you want to stop, but you want to tell partner, hey, I'm inviting and I have 4 card support. That'll help opener know whether or not to accept your invitation. The other super fun, important response is the weak freak jump. Partner opens a heart and you bid 4 hearts, or partner opens a spade and you bid 4 spades. This is a preemptive bid. Sometimes it'll make, but its main purpose is to prevent the opponents from finding their fit. This bid promises a weak hand with at least 5 card support and a singleton or void somewhere so that opener can be roughing that suit in your hand. Let's imagine for a minute that you had 4 card support. We'll talk about this later. You had 4 card support and you had 13 or 14 points. Well, you know you want to be in game, but you can't jump directly to game because the same bid can't mean 2 different things on 2 different hands. How will partner know what you mean the next time? The weak freak jump to 4 shows this weak, crazy distribution hand. So with a strong hand and support, we're going to have to do something different. We'll talk about that. After these common and important responses, what does opener do? Very often, opener can just place the contract. One of the things opener might do is pass your bid. A heart, 2 hearts, pass. A heart, 1 no trump, pass. We'll look at a bunch of these examples. Opener could invite a heart, 2 hearts, 3 hearts. Opener could continue describing her hand. And There's several things she might do. She might rebid her suit if she has at least six of them. She might jump to three if she has six cards in the suit and 16 to 18 points. We'll talk about that in a few weeks. I wanted to look at an example of a weak freak. Partner opens a heart and you have this hand. You have two, four high card points and three support points for the singleton. You have seven support points and it's too weak to make a limit raise. That would be 11 or 12 to jump to three. You've got five card support and you have this beautiful singleton in spades. So the opponents can't take many tricks in that suit. Your bid is to jump to four hearts. It's called a weak freak. It's a wonderful bid. It's a ton of fun to make, and it's very effective. Let's look at why. Maybe the whole layout was this. Opener had a decent heart opener. It was a nice hand. And then North, has the hand I've shown. 3, 6, 7, 8. Maybe some people would make a takeout double with this hand. Maybe they wouldn't. So let's imagine that North passes. You now bid four hearts. And now let's look at South's hand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 14, 15. It's a lovely hand. But can this person enter the bidding at the four level? No way. There's no way they can bid four spades over your bid. So this is why a weak freak bid is useful. As the cards lie, East-West are going to make their contract. They're going to lose a heart and a club, and given the lie of the diamonds, they're going to lead toward the queen, remember? We're going to lead toward the queen, and the opponents will win the king of diamonds, but that's the only diamond that they're going to win. And if you look at the north-south hands, in a spade contract, they're going to lose one heart and one diamond and either 0 or 1 clubs. So north-south, probably 1 club because they'll take the finesse. North-south can make 4 spades, but they couldn't get into the bidding. The way you bid the hand prevented them from finding their fit. That's the beauty of the weak freak jump. Let's look at some complete auctions. Here's a partner and you. Partner has 12 high card points and 2 for length and opens a spade. You look at your hand, you know you have a spade fit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 high card points. 1 for shortness is 8. You bid 2 spades. Opener looks at her hand and says, gosh, I had 14. Responder had a maximum of 10. We're not going anywhere, so we just pass. Beautiful contract. Here's another situation. Opener has 7, 10, 12 high card points. So 1 for length is 13, bids a heart. You have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can't count shortness points because you don't know what suit you're going to play in. There's no fit established yet. So you bid a heart. I'm sorry, partner bid a heart, you bid a spade. You just show your spade suit at the 1 level by bidding 1 spade. Opener knows you have at least 4 spades and tells you, hey, we have a spade fit. Opener bids 2 spades. This bid also says I'm pretty minimal. If she had on the order of 17, she would jump to 3 spades. And now you look at your hand and you say, well, I'm thrilled we have a spade fit, but I'm pretty weak. We're not going anywhere. And you pass. It's a beautiful auction. Let's give opener a better hand. Notice that responder's hand here is exactly the same as responder's hand next door. I count 4, 8, 10, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's a beautiful hand, but it's just a 1 spade opener. So the 1 spade opener is hugely variable in terms of range. It could be anywhere from 12 to 21 points. You have the same hand as on the left. You bid 2 spades. Opener now says, gosh, I had 21. Responder has at least 6, and we have a spade fit. I'm going to bid 4 spades. And that's where you play it. Again, a beautiful auction. Partner, opener. I count 10, 12 in high card points. A 1 for length is 13. I'll open a heart. Responder, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no known fit yet. So responder can't count any shortness points. Responder bids 1 no trump. Responder cannot bid 2 diamonds because responder does not have 10 high card points. Opener goes ahead and continues describing her hand. She bids 2 clubs. And responder now looks at her hand and says, I don't think we're going anywhere. That was a pretty minimal bid. I've got a very minimal hand. Where's the safest place to play? Well, I think it's 2 hearts. Yeah, it's only a 5-2 fit, but opener bid hearts. It's a pretty safe place to play, and opener will pass. Opener will not get confused that you are raising hearts, because if you had a simple raise to 2 hearts, you would have done it already. So opener's not going to get excited. Opener is going to realize that you're just trying to find a safe place to play. Opener will pass. Okie doke. Partner opener has 4, 8, 10, 16 high, 2 for length, 18, a lovely hand, and bids a spade. Again, a 1 spade opener has a really wide range of strength. You, in this case, have 3 spades, so you know it's the same hand as before. You know you have a spade fit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for shortness. I often say don't count both high card points and shortness in the same suit. So this is a 7 or 8 card support hand. I should have said that on the others as well. So you'll bid 2 spades. Well, opener looks at her hand and says, gosh, I have 18. If my partner was at the low end of her range, 6, we want to stop. But if she's at the high end, 9 or 10, we want to go ahead and continue to game. So I'm going to invite with 3 spades, and you will give partner the bad news that you're minimal, and you will pass. Opener has 10, 18 high, 1 for length is 19, bids a heart. You don't know if you have a fit anywhere. You have a 5 card diamond suit, but you only have 9 high card points, so you bid a no trump. Okay, opener looks at her hand and realizes you don't have a heart fit, because you would have bid 2 hearts with this kind of strength if you had 3 or more hearts. Opener had 18 high and thinks, well, if you have 6, we want to stop. But if you have 9, we want to go. So opener invites by bidding 2 no trump. And you look at your hand and say, well, I still only have 9 points, but I told partner I had 6 to 9. She could have stopped. So what she's doing is saying, please continue if you're at the top of your range with this 9 points. Yes, we're at the top of the range, and we bid 3 no trump. These are all beautiful auctions. Let's look at some examples of raising partner's opener. Partner opens a spade. What are you thinking? You are thinking, I have enough to bid. I have at least 6 points. I have support for spades. I have at least 3 of them. And we have at least an 8 card fit. So you just bid 2 spades. You realize you're not going to be in game unless partner has a huge hand. But you bid 2 spades to describe your hand. Let's make your hand a little better. 3, 6, 7, 8. 1 for shortness is 9. You start out the same way. You have to bid 2 spades as your response. But what you're thinking is, we have at least a 9 card fit. I have 9 support points. We might be in game if partner has 16 plus, but we still just bid 2 spades, and it's up to partner to invite us. Notice that it's the same range, but a notably better hand. Partner opens a spade, 4, 7, 8, 9. You can't go to the 2 level. You can't bid 2 diamonds. You can't bid 2 hearts. You don't have a spade fit, or at least you don't know if you have a spade fit. So you bid 1 no trump. Maybe partner will reveal that she has 6 spades. Maybe she'll rebid 2 spades. Maybe she'll jump to three spades, and then you might do something else. But for now, you're just telling partner, hey, can't support your spades, don't have a suit I can bid at the one level, and I have 6 to 9 high card points. I am not promising that I'm balanced. And now let's look at a lovely hand. Partner has opened a spade. You know you have a spade fit. 4, 7, 10, 12 high, one for shortness is 13. I'd probably count one for length because this suit looks like it's going to generate some tricks. This is a lovely supporting hand. You know that you have a spade fit and you know that you have game in spades. And if opener had a big hand, you might have more. But there's no direct raise that you can make. 2 spades would be an underbid. 3 spades would be an underbid. And 4 spades, even though you know you're going to get there eventually, 4 spades would tell partner that you have a weak freak, and we don't lie to partner. So what we do is we go ahead and bid 2 hearts. We're promising at least 10 high card points, and we're waiting to hear what else partner will say. If partner makes a minimal kind of a bid, we'll jump to game in spades at our next bid. If partner makes a more powerful, exciting bid, maybe we start driving ourselves to slam. But we delay our mention of the spade support because there was no direct raise we could give. Let's look at some more examples. Partner opens a heart. What are you thinking? 4, 7, 9, 11 high card points. I can support hearts. We have at least an 8 card fit. I have 11 support points. We might be able to make game if opener's more than a minimum. I can't jump to 3 hearts to invite. I can't jump to 3 hearts because that would promise at least 4 card support. So we're going to temporize. We're going to bid 1 spade. Opener's going to bid something, and then we're going to jump to 3 hearts. The idea of a delayed raise is super important. 10 high card points. We do have a heart fit, 10 high card points, 1 for shortness, 11. Well, this is a classic limit raise. We have 11 support points and at least 4 hearts. So we just go ahead and bid 3 hearts. Notice the contrast between these two hands. Similar strength, but the hand at the top had only 3 hearts. So we had to do the 2-step. We did something first, and then we jumped to 3 hearts. And partner will know the difference between these 2 sequences. And that will help partner make a decision about whether or not to accept our invitation. Again, the one at the bottom is a classic limit raise. Okay, partner opens a heart, 4, 5, 6 high card points. Don't know if you have a heart. Well, you don't have a heart fit yet. Maybe partner will show 6 and you have a fit. You can't bid 1 spade. Your only option is to bid 1 no trump. And you're thinking game is really unlikely. We'll probably need to get out in a safe place, but I'm going to start my description by bidding 1 no trump. This is a much better hand. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 high. We do have a heart fit. So 1 for shortness is 14. We definitely want to get to game in hearts. I'd probably add a point for the length in spades. The important thing is we know that we need to get to game in hearts, and maybe we're going to go higher. Maybe we go to slam. But we can't raise hearts immediately. 2 hearts, 3 hearts would be terrible underbids. 4 hearts, yeah, we know we want to get to 4 hearts, but if you jump there immediately, you're saying to partner, I have a weak freak. This is not a weak freak. You can't jump to 4 hearts. So you just start slowly by bidding 1 spade, and you wait to hear what else partner will say. You know you're going to get to 4 hearts eventually. Some hands can be confusing at first. If you have 2 openable majors of the same length, you open the higher ranking one first, regardless of strength. So here we're, say, the dealer, we have 5 spades and 5 hearts. We're going to open 1 spade. And then after partner bids something, we're going to bid hearts and we're going to bid hearts again. And partner will get the message that we had at least 5 spades, but we also have at least 5 hearts. Here's a hand with even crazier shape. Again, we'll open 1 spade and we're just going to keep on bidding hearts till the cows come home. And partner will get the message that we have a ton of each and partner will choose whatever suit is best from her perspective. If you have 2 openable majors of different length, open the longer one regardless of strength. So this hand is strong enough to open, 12 high card points, length points. 6 hearts and 5 spades, start by bidding 1 heart. Here's another one. I just kind of swapped the 2 suits. In this case, the spades are longer. Start with 1 spade. Responder will probably bid a no trump or maybe bid 2 of a minor. You'll bid hearts. Partner will bid something else. You'll rebid your hearts and you're telling partner, hey, I started with spades, but I kept on bidding hearts. Very important, don't be swayed by the strength of the suits. Length is the key to finding the best contract at the bridge table. In this first hand on the upper left, if partner has a singleton heart and maybe 3 small spades, you're going to be a lot happier playing in a spade contract. And that's the end of the appendix presentation. I hope that was enjoyable. And I'll see you for whatever we do next.